Have you ever heard a story so powerful it shifted your perspective, transforming the mundane into the extraordinary? Hi, I'm Ginger Bell from Edumarketing and AI Mastery Center. Today's journey, we're not just talking about storytelling, we're talking about revolutionizing it through the lens of education. Storytelling is not just a relic of the past, it's a beacon illuminating the path to success in sectors like real estate and finance. And we're not here to simply entertain, but to unlock a deeper understanding, to weave a narrative that captivates and educates, creating a unique tapestry, if you will, that binds facts with human emotion. So let's embark on this narrative journey with insightful tips that transforms the way we connect and communicate. Beginning with tip number 1. Personalize your client stories. Visualize, if you will, a real estate agent sharing the heartwarming journey of a family finding their dream home. Each story is a kaleidoscope of aspirations, challenges, and fulfilled dreams. And for our loan officers, imagine the profound impact of narrating your role, guiding your clients through getting a mortgage. These are not just loan scenarios, they are life-changing events. Think about the entire transaction of not just sitting down with them at the end of the transaction, but really get their story. Sit down, ask them questions. How long have they been wanting to be a homeowner? What kind of home are they looking for? What have their challenges been? Think about veterans that you've helped get into a home. These are all stories, client stories, which are so powerful. But don't just tell the story yourself. Sit down, bring your phone along, tape them, have them share their story. And you can do that by just asking a few simple questions and having them answer. Client stories are so impactful, and a lot of them, people will relate to them. So when they're hearing that story that's coming from one of your borrowers, they will see themselves in that person. So think about the things you can do to have those client stories and to share them. Not just share them with somebody at a chance meeting, but really put them onto video and share them on your YouTube channel, share on your Facebook, on your social media. They're very impactful. Okay, now we're going to move on to tip number 2, which is to weave in community narratives. In real estate, we're not just selling properties. We're welcoming people into communities, into dreams. So think about how you can narrate stories of what's happening in those local communities. School triumphs, community growths, talk about parks, talk about business owners, perhaps interview a mayor, talk about what it's like living in that community. Go to your favorite restaurants, go to your favorite coffee houses. Bring your camera along, sit down, showcase what it's like to be a part of that community. Think about local sports teams, different community leaders, business owners. They're all great stories to share on video. Let's move on to tip number 3, and that's using case studies and testimonials. So we talked about those client stories, and those are very important, but you can also bring to life your success stories. Whatever you're doing, maybe a unique marketing strategy for a property or a financial plan that turned a client's life around. These testimonials are powerful tools of education and inspiration. Next, tip number 4. Highlight market trends and insights. People always like market trends. So think about what you can do to showcase some of the trends that are happening, especially right now. We're seeing some positivity that's happening in the market. So talking about those trends can be very impactful. And think about how those trends might relate in terms of stories. And again, kind of getting back to that community as well. People are always interested in what's going on in the industry. So share some of those stories. Okay, tip number 5. Discuss industry challenges and solutions. So think about some of the challenges. If you're in the mortgage industry, maybe it's self-employed borrowers, or maybe it's those who have had a bankruptcy, or even helping those getting in, veterans, things. Think about all of those challenges and how they've overcome those, or how a program can overcome those. Okay, finally, tip number 6. incorporating technology and innovation. Sometimes we forget the solutions that we use can be a story. So maybe it's something that you've used that has helped someone be able to create a budget. Those are kind of technologies that you can share stories about. Educational storytelling isn't just a technique. It's transformative and it is powerful. In fact, let me give you an example of a story of one of our clients at Edumarketing. And his name is Matt. He lives in Nashville. And Matt belonged to a networking group. And he was frustrated with the results of the networking group. He wasn't getting a lot of leads. He wasn't really interacting with a lot of people. And so we started a podcast with Matt. And Matt started interviewing the people that were in that lead group, finding out their stories, sharing that on the podcast. And what's interesting, Matt called me not too long ago and he said, it was absolutely amazing, Ginger, because when I went to the meeting, instead of being the person that, stands in the corner or at the back of the room and it's like, oh, there's that mortgage guy, Matt had a line of people that were coming up to him. And he literally went from zero to hero because everyone had been on his podcast, wanted to be on his podcast, wanted to share their story. They had a reason to talk to him. And it was all about storytelling. And that's what you have. You have that ability. You have stories in you. So think about how you can use stories in your business. If there's anything that we can do to help you share your story or the stories of your clients, please don't hesitate to contact us at edumarketing.com. We can make your stories come to life. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, make sure and like, make sure and subscribe, and make sure and follow us. And always remember, go make a video.